Hi everyone, it's Tom Gentile. Welcome to Tom's Trading Room, and it is the last day of October in terms of trading. October 30th, 2015. Glad to have you guys here. You know, we've had a very impressive October, and you heard it here. You heard it here a month ago when all the naysayers were worried about another 2008 happening. We had really good seasonals, we had really good Darknet signals, and we had good technicals telling us that October was looking to be more of a rebound month, and a rebound month it was. As you can see here on the Darknet chart we're looking at, this is September 30th, down here where you see this B. All right, so we had a Darknet buy when the Dow was trading around not the Dow, but the DIA was trading around 162. 162 and a half. We actually had one day where we opened low and we closed high. That was an outside day. We didn't take out the lows that occurred in September, and then soon after that we gapped to the upside and just took off and didn't look back. Darknet said that, because it's based on roughly a 20-day trading methodology, that it was time to get out of it when we were trading around 172, or about 10 points higher on DIA. As you can see right now, we are closing out the day even much higher. As I look at DIA on the chart here in front of us, you know, we're seeing that 177 area seems to be the area that is looking really good coming into the week. We came off a little bit. We're just below 177, but in any event, it's been an incredible month, and I hope that you all had the ability to take part of it. One of the stocks that we were highlighting and that we've been highlighting recently is Priceline.com. I want to show you Priceline on a Darknet chart. This is just unbelievable. So the last three Darknet signals we had were very short-term signals in Priceline. Short-term signal here because of all the volatility up and down. Really a break-even back here at the end of June. Then we had another buy signal that came in near the beginning of September. About 5 days later, we get a sell signal. A little bit of a move up, nothing big. But look at the bottom. All right, so we got the longs in the Dow, longs in the S&P, and longs in practically everything else. But Priceline also got a long down here when we were around 1225. All right, we're clocking in over 1450 today, and it is still not giving us that sell signal. So it's been running up. This is one of those exceptions to the rule where Darknet is staying with the trend. And we also have a money calendar that's telling us that this trend could continue for the near term. So I wanted to show you that as well. And then finally, let's kick it on over to earnings for a moment, because there's one more thing I want to show you about Priceline that we've been discussing recently, and that is let's take a look at the earnings that are coming out over the next week. So I'm going to Earnings Ranker, all right? And I find that by going to Stocks, Rankers, and then down here at Earnings Rankings. And what I'm doing is I'm using my own stock list, and I'm going to click on Calendar Days to Next Earnings. When I click on Search, what I end up getting is the stocks that are coming up, and there's only a dozen of them that are on my list right now as of today. But of that dozen, we have CVS and CVX that are going to be releasing at the bell. All right, they're going to release their earnings at the close of the day. I'm more interested in next week. All right, next week we got Visa, Tesla, CF Industries, Celgene, and Disney. All right. Then we're going to round out our earnings season with Priceline.com, Home Depot, and Green Mountain Coffee Roasters. Now, a couple of things I want to show you here very quickly. You can see that if you come down the screen here, Visa is 7-0 right now in terms of what they're reporting versus what's estimated. Their actual is actually greater than or equal to their estimated earnings. That's a good fundamental number going in if you're interested or long in Visa. All right. The other one I want to mention is Celgene, Disney, Priceline.com are also 7-0s. Home Depot is an 8-0. All right, so we got, and by the way, yesterday, LinkedIn and Baidu had released earnings yesterday after the bell, 8-0 and 8-0. And if you want to go see what they're doing today, one of them gapped higher, which was LinkedIn, and the other one, which was Baidu, opened and ran higher. So again, fundamental patterns that we're able to get by going in and looking at the information. It's available to us right here at tomsoptiontools.com. All right, and finally, what we can also do is we can take a look at those stocks one more time, and we can go to our analysis. and I want to come down to earnings effects. How does price affect earnings? And so next week, as we're going into earnings for those particular stocks, let's see how they actually are affected as we go into earnings. And as we go into earnings, you're going to see something. You're going to see some of these stocks actually are affected much better than others, like Priceline.com as we run up to earnings, 5.5% run up. Remember we looked at Green Mountain and we looked at Celgene, and both of them actually had some really nice fundamental reports. Well, the stock doesn't react too good to it, as it was -8 on one quarter, -5 on one quarter up to earnings. And what I look for is number one, positive fundamentals, but number two, some buying the rumor, okay, buying the rumor of the upcoming earnings, and it seems to be working with Priceline. And the only other ones that I see as I'm coming down the screen that I like that it works on of the last 4 quarters, Walt Disney and Home Depot. Why are they all the way down here? Because they have such a small move to the upside, 1.46 and 1.04 versus Priceline's 5.5. All right. Hey, guys, for the alerts and trade case studies of the week and all of that, log in, tomsoptiontools.com, and you can access that information there. Have a great weekend, and we'll speak to you soon.